Welcome back to Good Living Alaska. So today we are going to work on our pig fence. We're actually going to extend it out a whole extra pig panel. So we got 2 pig panels over there. I'm going to just extend it out so that way they get an extra 16 feet by 16 feet. Add it onto the back here. And I got some T-posts in there that I'm also going to be using to let the whole place give it some strength and dexterity. But I also got some more of these corkscrew panel holders. They kind of hold the panels together. It actually is really handy when putting this together. Since I already have the pigs in there, I don't want them to run away. I'm actually going to attach these and then move that one back and then attach that. So should be pretty quick, pretty easy, but we're going to go and get started here. I got to detach it from the T-post and then move it back. And then after that, I'm going to fix this kennel up a little bit. I'm going to add the meat birds. I got them some more chick fencing and I'm going to add the meat birds to the back there. That way they can kind of grow up on the outside and get out of the house, but also get used to the pigs as well, since everybody's going to be a little bit of a family here for a little while we prepare to build our chicken coop. So let's get started. All right, well, them corkscrew panel ties, they make that really easy. So they're already out there. They're already enjoying it. That's why I wanted to do it one step at a time. That's why I could drag it open, because I knew that they're going to try to come and explore while I was in the middle of working on it. So they are already enjoying eating the fresh new grass and exploring their new little territory here. All I have to do is get some T-posts, hammer those in, and we're set up. Again, this is just temporary. This is not ideal for us. Eventually we're going to have the chicken coop set up, and they'll be a part of that for a little while until they get their own little housing. But that'll be down the road as we build on. I mean, it's just going to take a little time for us to get everything going. Between work and everything else, you know, everything takes a little longer. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on getting the meat birds set up in the back here. I have got the T-post, and I'm going to hammer in the T-post and set up the chicken wire around it. So that way I can drop those meat birds in there, and then they can have a place to sleep that is a little bit more room for them. And once they get big enough, then I'll let them wander around as well, and they can wander and eat as well. But they need to grow up a little bit more before I let them out there hanging out with the pigs and the older chickens. So let's go and get them set up. It's really windy out today, but that's actually a good thing because it's keeping the mosquitoes off of me. They gave me a ton of wire just on the outside of this wrap, man. That's crazy. Those pigs will use anything just to give their back a scratch, so they're using the tripod here to scratch their back. But I got this around the corner here, so I'm going to go ahead and use a T-post tie and tie that real quick. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and get the chickens in here, get them some food and water, and let them kind of get used to their new spot here. All right, well, there it is. Small little fence for them. It's actually pretty big. It's almost as big as the chicken coop itself. But we're going to go ahead and get the chickens in here in just a second. I'm going to go up and grab them, and I'll be right back. All right, well, they are all in the new little pen, and I'm going to go ahead and get them some food. They have a lot more room for sure. Look at the boy pig over there. Yeah, he's using the T-post as a scratching post. All right, well, I got them pretty much set up for the most part. I'm going to end up getting that crate that the new birds are in and putting that in there. That way they can get out of the rain if it rains on them, and give them a little bit more rain shelter there. So other than that, they're basically ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the new birds into the dog kennel here and get them set up and ready to go. All right, so the first thing that I'm gonna go ahead and get is some of one of the big chickens got stuck in there. I went ahead and shoveled that out, but I'm gonna go ahead and get some more wood shavings in there. That way they have a fresh, warm bed. There's a little bit of hay left at the bottom, but I shoveled it all out. So it's good to go for some new wood shavings. All right, now that I got that in, I'm gonna go grab the chickens, and we're gonna put the chickens into their new house. All right, well, there they are. They're actually slightly bigger than the last time we put the chickens in there, so they're gonna be just fine when it comes to heat. Plus, they're gonna all cuddle together once they get used to their environment and search through all that wood pilings there. They're going to stay nice and warm because they're going to all bundle up together. But I'm going to go and get them fed as well. All right, well, we got the chicks fed and watered. They are looking very happy. Harrison was inside getting his bath, so tomorrow we're gonna go ahead and bring him out here and let him see the baby chicks, and we can feed them again because I'm sure they're gonna be hungry again because those meat birds, they eat a lot.
Yes.
Good job.
No.
You want to give him some food bites?
Yeah.
Look at that. The new babies are sleeping inside of the food. Are they sleeping in the food? All right, we better get them some new food, huh? And new water, it looks like, huh? They're starting to run low on the waters. Oh, look at the piggies. They're saying hi to you. Say hi, piggies. All right, let's do this. Hey, birds. What are y'all doing in there? Get out. Hey, what are y'all doing? There's food, not sleepy time. Is that so funny? All right, come on. Let's go get some more food. You want to help me?
Yeah.
There you go. Good job.
This. A bulb is open.
Yeah, good job, Bubba. Good job. Good job, Bubba. Good job.
I can do it.
Push it in. Push it in there.
Push it in.
There you go. Good job. Was that heavy?
Yeah.
Lots of food bites, huh? They were hungry.
You're going back on the TV.
Yeah, we can. Let's go get them some more water, huh? You want to go get the water? Good job. All right. Nice job,
A
Bubba.
little bit more.
High five. Phew. Good job. Thank you for helping me. Oh, you got it on me?
No, my dad wiped it off.
Okay.
What's that doing?
What?
Eight.
What? Is that laying eggs?
Yeah, us.
Yeah. Go say hi.
I,
Yeah.
Move.
Say move. You want to get the eggs out?
Yeah.
All right, let's get them.
The yang.
That one's laying one in there.
Yeah, so
You want to see if she'll get up? Oh, he's gonna bite me. Oh, he's gonna bite. He's gonna bite me. Let me see what's in there. I want some eggs. Say, I want some eggs. Where's my eggs? Come on, chicken. Let's go. Look at this chicken. Look. I'm holding it in a bucket. Chicken in a bucket.
That's out. That's out. Don't bite me. Don't bite me.
Ah! It knocked our eggs. Oh yeah, we got some fake ones and we got one real one, huh? Just one? That's okay. Look, it's a nice clean egg, huh?
Yeah.
You want to go take it inside and show it to Mama?
And too fast.
Yeah, then we can drive on the ATV. You see, these are the other babies, huh? They're getting so much bigger, aren't they? Are they getting so big?
Yeah.
See, Daddy built them a cage here, so that way they don't get out and get eaten by the other chickens. The big chickens can sometimes be mean. That one right over there is trying to get one. How many did we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 babies. All right, well, these chickens, they seem to be in a lot happier state. A little bit easier for us to feed. The bigger ones have a bigger place to stay. And now the babies have their place, their old place here, the dog kennel. And so everybody has a little bit of shelter and they're all growing pretty quick. So here in just a few weeks, I'm gonna be starting the chicken coop house. So we're gonna end up doing a walk-in chicken coop style. And I have a specific design that I have in mind that we'll show you later on once we start building. But other than that, we got some planting to do. A lot of potatoes. It's the season of planting right now. And since we don't have any seeds started, since we moved into this new house, we have to go with potatoes, which is what we're gonna do anyways, because we're gonna do crops to grow for everybody to be able to eat off of. And potatoes are one of the highest nutrient dense foods that you can grow here in cold climates, specifically here in Alaska, especially when it comes to last minute growing like what we're kind of doing. And I say last minute because even though it feels like spring out here, this is Alaska summer.
All right, well, we are headed out right now and running some errands. We have all 3 kiddos with us. It's a first, running errands with all of them. We are gonna go pick up some potatoes at the feed store so we can start planting soon. And then just do some other things in town that we've been kind of slacking on with since we've had the baby, going to the post office. And then also Blake and Harrison have a surprise for me. So can't wait to see what it is. So we we just pulled in to Save You More, and we haven't been here in a while, but the bakery in here is amazing. And so we're gonna stop here and see if they have any key lime pies. So lately I've been craving key lime pie and cinnamon rolls, and so since we're this way, we're gonna stop in and see if they have any. Since our 3 littles are napping in the back, I'm gonna stay in the car and Blake's gonna run in.
All right, tons of goodies from there. All right, babe, you'll have to see what I got.
This is heavy.
All right, well, I splurged a little bit. It's hard not to splurge when you go there, though. It's so good.
Oh my gosh, cinnamon rolls,
Yeah.
so good. We've had the cinnamon rolls before and they were amazing. Oh, and they had the key lime pie.
But look, I also got a special one, too.
Oh my, a blueberry lemon pie. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. Well, I can't wait to try the blueberry lemon pie. The key lime pie is amazing, and so are the cinnamon rolls. So if you're ever in Soldotna, it's in the Save You More, which is kind of different, but it's called Beckaroo and the bread guy, and it is so good. So can't wait to go home and have a little dessert.
And guess what? He has good news. He's opening up a shop in Soldotna, right over there by the subway.
Oh, so it's gonna be even closer to us. All right, well, we'll have to look forward to that. That's exciting.
Yeah. All right, well, we're headed to go get Mama Surprise up next. Harrison, are you ready to go get Mama Surprise?
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready to get Mama flowers?
Yeah.
Yeah? Look at this one we're going to get her. You see up there?
That?
Yep, just like that one. Isn't that nice?
You just said it.
Yeah, we're going to wait till they bring us the one that we're supposed to get. All right. I don't know if that...
That'll fit. Let it be very, very gentle.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Anything else I can help you with?
No, sir, that's it. Appreciate you.
Yeah, of course.
What did you get me?
All right, Bubba. Look at what we got, Mama.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank
Big flowers,
you.
huh? Perennials.
That is a huge hanging basket. So Alaska is definitely known for these this time of year. And this is my Mother's Day present that you
Yeah.
ordered?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Well, Mother's Day and having a new baby.
Yeah.
Bringing a new baby to this family.
Wow, it's beautiful. I can't wait to go home and hang it.
Yeah. All right. Let's get it home.
So just left the Trinity greenhouse. Really happy with my hanging basket. And now we're gonna head to Cattery Feed Store to get our potato seeds.
So the kids are asleep and Mama decided to stay in the car. I'm going to go in and look for the potatoes. All right, I think we're going to go with some Chieftains and for some Yukon Golds. Those are usually the go-to. And I'm curious about these Chieftains, how good they are as well. But both should make really good mashed potatoes. And you can always have baked potatoes or stir-fried potatoes. And they're going to feed pigs really well. All right, so I ended up getting 3 different types. One of them is like a Caribe. It's Caribe.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure how you say that. But anyways, the other 2 are Yukon Gold and Chieftain. So
Oh, I like the Yukon Gold.
yeah, and Chieftain look kind of interesting. Looks like something like you can get like really white mash. So I was thinking maybe we can like make some potato bread with it.
Oh.
Or maybe some potato sourdough bread with it, which might be kind of good tasting.
We could try it.
So why not?
I used to like potato bread growing up, so
Yeah,
yeah,
pretty good
why
stuff.
not? We could try it.
Yeah, so we'll see how much crop, and at least if nothing else, it'll feed a lot of pigs and chickens, because once we cook them up for them, they'll love it. Potatoes are one of the highest sourced of calories, so it's perfect for animal feed as
Yeah.
well, and human feed actually, if you like potatoes.
Yeah.
I mean, we love potatoes.
We love
so.
potatoes, and they grow really well here in Alaska, and
Yep.
they're cheap. So
Yep.
hey,
Yeah, there you go.
win, win, win.
The only thing that produces more calories, I think, is corn, but we really can't grow corn here.
No.
So, and that would take a huge greenhouse.
And since we're a little late this year, you know, we're not doing a lot of our seed starters like
No.
we have been in the past. Just with moving and a baby,
Didn't
you
have
guys.
time.
I mean, you guys can probably relate. It's hard, you know, when you do all that, and so it's really hard to do all of that. So this year we're just gonna grow potatoes, but
Yep.
you know what? It's good enough for us, and it's good for the kids to get out and
Yeah.
you know experience it, and then the animals win.
And they're an easy thing to grow here in Alaska.
Yeah, and then
Anywhere really. It's just you drop the potato in And that's it.
Yeah, and the animals benefit. So,
Yep.
all right.
Let's go home and
get planning.
maybe tomorrow after the rain sets up, we'll might be able to get out there. So.
Yeah, it's been really rainy the last few days. So, good day to run errands and get everything ready to start our garden.
All right, let's get this baby girl home. She's talking.
All right, we made it back home, and I wanted to go ahead and try the mini blueberry lemon pie. We've tried the key lime pie before, and it is amazing, but I wanted to go ahead and try this one because I've never tried it before. And it looks delicious. Let's see if it's as good as it looks. It's got the crust on the bottom. Oh my gosh. That is so good. Wow, that was like a really refreshing taste, and it's really tart. It is so good. The lemon and the blueberry is just like perfect together. So if you guys are in Soldotna, make sure you stop by the Save You More and check out the bakery of Beckaroo and the bread guy. It is so good.
All right, so we ended up having somebody come out and till up our garden. The reason why is because it is not easy to be able to use the Alaskan soil as a garden whenever it's filled with moss and stuff. Now, whenever you have that mixed up, it is very good soil. So our plan is to grow potatoes, and we have a huge like 50 by 100 garden to plant that. Now, obviously we're not going to use all that this year. We're just going to use some of it. We bought a couple bags of potatoes, and we're going to cut those up a little bit in order to make use of those potatoes, because every eye of a potato has the ability to grow a plant. And so we're going to cut that up, let it dry, and use that to the best of its ability, and plant a bunch of potato plants. Now, the reason why I'm doing potato plants is, one, it's one of the most nutritious, calorie-dense foods to be able to feed animals and humans. Not only that, but most of the animals out here in Alaska, including the moose, won't eat the tops of those plants. Now, they'll eat just about everything else, but they won't eat the tops of potatoes because the tops of potato plants are actually usually poisonous. Sweet potatoes are the ones that are nutritious all the way through and through. You can eat the potatoes and you can eat their leaves and salad and stuff. And so those would get eaten up. But for just regular potatoes, most of their leaves are actually poisonous. So most of the animals will leave those alone. And that's what we're counting on, because we do plan on doing a big fence around this entire area, but that's going to come later. We need to go ahead and get this potatoes planted. That way we actually have a fruitful year. And the sun is actually out really nice today. It is nice and warm out here for Alaska. It's in the 60s today. And so this is a great time to get the plants in. And it's been raining off and on, which is a great time to plant seed. So one of the negatives about having it mulch in this area is because it's just a whole bunch of sticks of moss, and then the dirt is underneath. Now, he was able to dig deep, pull the dirt up, mix it with the moss, which is great for fertilizing, which is great for building plants and such. But there's also a bunch of roots and stuff in there as well. And the roots can be an issue because they're just kind of in the way. So we're going to go through and pick out some of the biggest ones, just throw them in the back of the ATV. We're also going to kind of cut in our rows by driving over it, so that way we kind of know where we're going to do it. I want to make the rows as big as the ATV can drive over them, because whenever we do build the fence, I want to be able to drive up and down them whenever we're harvesting, because then I can just throw everything back into the ATV and be able to pull the harvest away. So that's how we're going to make our big rows. That way we can drive up and down them in order to harvest our potatoes. But either way, we're going to get started by pulling out all of the roots, and we're going to start that right now. All right, you ready to see how deep the soil is? Yeah. All right. So let's see how deep we dug here. Now, he did a number actually on this thing here. It looks really good. Look at how dark that soil is. That looks really good soil. So, all right, so as you can see there, it actually looks really good. You know, that tiller, we ended up getting somebody who had one of the big tillers. They call them gold tillers or something, I don't know. They dig really, really deep and till up almost about 8 inches of soil. So that tiller did a really good job of mixing all of the undersoil and the moss together, which actually makes some really good fertile soil. Over here in the woods, you can actually see what the typical Alaskan soil looks like. It has a bunch of moss on it, and it's very spongy. You can actually step down and really just plant your feet into it. And it's very, very spongy. And when you dig up under that, it's like 6 inches before you can actually even get down to soil, and it's a bunch of roots, as you can see. So he tilled up all of that for me, and it gets really, really hard and very spongy still. I can barely get through it. Basically, he took that and he gave me a 50 by 100 plot of usable soil to grow in. And that stuff is really good mulch stuff and gives you a lot of fertile ground, as you can see here. Very simple now for me to get into it. And even though there's some sticks here and there, slowly over time we'll get all those out, but Some of them will actually turn into really good fertilizer. But this ground is now very easy to get into. And then there's where it kind of stops. So it's about 8 inches or so, about this shovel's tip before we start hitting ground again. Anyways, that's when you start getting to more of a dirt that's underneath all this topsoil. Either way, we're going to be able to grow a lot of potatoes and all of that. And I think it's going to look really good over time, especially once we get our fence up. The fence is going to take a bit to build, but we plan on doing that here pretty soon. It's going to be a big fence, very, very big. That'll enclose this entire open area where we have our big garden here. We're going to have a greenhouse and chicken coop and pig pens, all in those directions. But we'll get started slowly. It'll take us a couple years to do all that just because everything takes time. Plus, we're actually planning on heading out to the abandoned cabin this year. We're going to start tearing it down, and we're going to turn it into kind of like an RV park temporarily. And eventually I plan on building some cabins after I save up some money, but it just takes time. Everything takes time in life. Huh? You feel the sun on your face? Is it nice and toasty out here? Yeah, it feels good. The sun is shining, though. There are some looming clouds over, that's for sure. Oh, there we go. The sun just got hit by one. But we're going to get going here on our garden here. All right, so like I said before, we're going to pick up all these sticks out here. We got to get those sticks up and out of the way. So I don't want to pick up all the baby ones, obviously. I'm just going to pick up the big ones that are just like really prevalent and that are going to really slow us down in the long run. And those we can take over to our burn pile for our little fire pit. You ready to go pick up some sticks?
Yeah.
All right. Look at that big one, huh? It's dirty? Okay. All right, so as you can see here, this will be the row. It's a big row, but keep in mind this is for potatoes, and potatoes like to grow way out. And so this would be good because you're supposed to keep potatoes 14 inches in between each other. And then this way I get 14 inches before I get a driving path here. Let's move up. You want to go pick up some more sticks?
Yeah.
Silly boy. I know. Good job. This is the kind of stuff I want to get out of my way. So I did those 2 long rows. Now that's going to be more than enough to plant the potatoes that I plan on planting. And basically it looks like I can do another 4 to 5 rows from there. I'm not going to need all that. Not this year anyways. Next year maybe. But we're going to go ahead and plant this year because this is our first year here. I want to get something in the ground. That way we can start planting for future potatoes. And then also I'll end up probably lining up and doing some easy growing stuff like lettuce and other things to feed to the chickens, have a little bit of ourselves, and feed to the pigs. Just because I want to be able to grow something that's easy, that's fast, and lettuce you can grow over and over again. And it can grow constantly out here. And so that way as I'm driving past, I can run through, cut a head of lettuce, throw it to the pigs, throw it to the chickens, and then move on. And then at the end of the year, I'll have potatoes, which should be able to last us and the pigs through winter, just to have a little bit of extra feed. And that's the whole idea here. That's what I'm going to end up trying to do. I'm just trying to create a circle of life, so to speak. And after I build the big fence, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to have a way for the pigs to be able to get into the main garden section, the field here. And that way they can go root it up, and basically they're going to plow the garden for us in preparation for the next year. On top of that, we're also going to have a greenhouse, and then that will be where we'll bring in fertilized dirt and grow our own personal gardens. But this year, since we're just starting out here and everything is just brand new for us, we're going to be doing what we can easily in order to have quick food and access to a food and a crop that grows really, really well, especially when you're planting right at the beginning of the season and not starting from seeds. Hopefully the future years will be able to bring us a little bit more seed starting and such like that, so we can grow different types of things, stuff that we like to ferment, doing cabbage, fermenting cabbage, and making sauerkraut and such. And then also I love to have beets and all that other stuff. But that'll be the future plan since we moved out here. All right, well, there you go. You got your karabe, got your Yukon Gold and you got your Chieftain here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put them back into their bags here, let them dry, and we'll get to planting in the morning. You get one planted, Bubba?
Yeah.
Good job. Look at you go. His first potato. Good job. Are you ready to go plant some potatoes?
Are you an ATV girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. You ready to go plant some potatoes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go plant some potatoes. Look at Harrison. Harrison's over there planting them right now. He's ready to roll. Come on, let's go. Yeah. Are you having fun? Little Emery was ready to get outside too.
Yes, Emery did not want to take a nap, so decided to wear her, let her get a little sunshine. It is a beautiful day today, so we're going to be out here planting potatoes.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start in these 3 rows. Now, yesterday we picked up a bunch of sticks, but what I'm going to do here is start digging down in here. And I know that the potatoes are usually about a foot to 14 inches separate from each other. And then we have the width of the ATV is going to be actually the mound. Now, what you're seeing right now is not going to be a mound. We're going to plant the potato, and then after it grows up, we're going to mound it. So we'll cover it back over so that way it can grow up even more, because the more of the stem that is under, the more potatoes are going to grow. And we want to grow a lot of potatoes. Even though we didn't buy a whole bunch, we did split it up enough to probably do at least 2 rows out of these 50 by 100. So we're going to go ahead and knock this out. It's going to take a long time. I'm sure they're going to go inside here shortly, but Harrison's already trying to help right now. He's planting a potato.
Yeah, so with kids, everything takes a lot longer to do, and their attention span is about 5 seconds. So I try to help as much as I can, but poor Blake ends up doing most of it because the kids get bored and want to go inside, or they get hungry, or nap time, you know. So I'm sure you guys can relate. It's a little bit more difficult when you have children, but especially when you have little kids. Ours are 3 and under, so it makes it a little difficult. We enjoy being outside though and spending time with them, but it does take a little bit longer, and Blake ends up doing most of it. So
That's
good
all
guy
good.
right here.
No, don't worry about it. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started then.
It's so hard.
Oh, you're doing such a good job.
You're doing so good.
Look at you, baby girl. You having fun? You planting some potatoes with brother? Dizzy, are you doing it?
Oh, is Mocha giving you kisses?
Are you going to give her the stick? Oh, there you go. She's like, wait, what happened?
Baby girl's sleeping like she's worked so hard. It's hard being a baby though.
All right, so what I've decided to do is I'm just going to use a post hole digger, because that's going to be the fastest way of doing this. So I just post hole dig my 6 to 8 inches here, and I can drop my potato down in there. And then we'll cover it up and plant the rest. All right, so I got the 2 rows dug up using the post hole digger. Funny enough, there was actually quite a bit of really deep roots, and so using the post hole digger, I found some of them. Now, keep in mind that this used to be forest all the way up until like right where there is, where you have the new poplar trees growing. Now, poplar trees, if you saw one of these very long roots here, poplar trees will grow together in a root. So it's kind of like an extenuating root that goes all the way across here, and they're all kind of growing together. Now, they are a beautiful tree, and sometimes they call them silverleaf because they're basically a breed of aspen trees, but they look gorgeous whenever they're just fluttering right there in the wind. I also think they fill in pretty well, but I'm not sure how good they burn as far as a hardwood goes. They're probably not a bad one to grow, but I'm gonna let the forest over here kind of grow up. But whatever the pigs end up doing, once I get the big pig fence built, that'll be their thing. Another thing to keep in mind here is that all these other rows here, I might just throw very simply some seed down for some lettuce, maybe over here just a little bit. But other than that, these rows here, I was just trying to prep them for the fence build and for future use. I'm probably not going to end up having enough time to plant anything this year because the Alaskan growing season comes and goes very quickly, and I just don't think I'm going to have time. So I went ahead and did this in order to prep it for the coming years if I need to grow that much crop. And if I end up doing potatoes, I'm probably going to look for a tractor of some sort that can actually plow it better for me and dig it up myself. So I might look for rentals because there's a lot of rentals around here for that purpose alone. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get Mama and the babies and they can come out and plant some potatoes. I want to encourage them to enjoy this too. I did a lot of the hard work, but I want them to do a little bit of the hard work of planting in order to kind of understand what it's like to grow crops. It's not an easy job. It does take a lot out of you. I'm gonna go ahead and get them so we can do that.
You want to bury the potatoes?
All right.
Let's go get 'em.
She's doing so good in there.
So got this off my Amazon gift registry. So thank you again. This is really nice. It's a lot simpler than the last one I've had. And with the other two, I didn't really do a lot of baby carrying, but when you have two small littles, it's inevitable. So really appreciate the gift and it's going to good use.
All right, so you saw me cut up all of our Alaskan seed potatoes that we got from McCad Refeeds. Now, I went ahead and I got some potatoes from the store also. Now this is like certified organic here, and this is actually Alaskan grown, and these are just called golden potatoes. I'm sure there's some kind of variation of a Yukon. So in the first row here, I'm gonna plant a lot of the store-bought, and in the second row there, I'm gonna plant the Alaskan seeded ones, and maybe at the end as well. But we're gonna go ahead and get these planted here. Good job. In the other hole, next hole.
Good job.
Good job. Look at you go, Bubba. There you go. You can take the bag with you now. All right, Mama, you want to do a Yukon Gold?
Yeah, so while Harrison's finishing up his little bag over there, I'm going to start planting the Yukon Gold ones here. And these are actually my favorite kind of potatoes. I love Yukon Gold mashed potatoes and baked potatoes. All right, in the hole it goes. Woohoo!
Look at yours, landed perfectly.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the cut side down and the plant upwards, and you just lucked out right there.
I just have the magic touch.
Look at Harrison, he's still going to town over there. Good job, Harrison.
So cute and rewarding watching your kids be involved. He's really interested in what we're doing. So Blake and I are so thankful that he's loving it as much as we are.
Did you get them all, Bubba?
No, only one, two holes yet.
Oh, okay, we can do some more later, okay? Harrison, you want to do the crabes? Yeah, so this is the Caribbean ones. Come on, let's go over there. Let's see what you did. All right, Cici, you're doing so good. Look at that. You did really good. All right, Bubba. You want to plant these?
Yeah, one, that one. Oh.
So what you want to do is, you see this?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, there's lots, huh? So you see this part? You put this part up. So don't take it off. So you put it in the ground and you put this part down. Try it. Close. Okay, good job. Just keep doing it and Daddy can help you fix them later.
Oh, this is that one.
Yeah, put them in the holes.
That's the big one.
Yeah, put it in a big hole. Good job. These are still the Yukon Golds. I'm finishing them up for Mama. She's holding baby girl. It's not easy. All right, so what we ended up doing is we got some of these golden potatoes we got from Fred Meyer's specifically. So golden potatoes here, and at the end of it, Harrison planted some carabe, not to mention he planted all this whole roll. Then over here we got Yukon potatoes. So Yukon potatoes all the way up and down that row. And finally this row here, this is the chieftains that we cut up. And it goes all the way up to where you see that post digger there. Are you ready to bury these, Bubba? You a robot. You being a silly robot. Hey, what is this? This is not a potato. This is a stick.
No, they mean that inner stick. That's out here.
Oh, wait a minute. It went buried in its own hole. It's a stick, not a potato. You tell him, huh?
You're no potato. You're the stick. That's out here.
There you go. All right, let's bury these. We'll kick the dirt on top. Kicking the dirt. Kicking the dirt. Get out of there. What do you think you are? Get out. All right, well, there you go. We planted our 3 rows of potatoes All right, so I expanded the fence. Now I had to take a little break because I had some family over, and now I'm going to go ahead and remove these T-posts and fully expand it outwards. And what I mean by that is there's a curve here. I want to be able to bring this out here because I can actually open up and give myself a lot more space, and over there as well. You also saw me put these little chicken wire fence around here. Now, since then, I've removed the bottom there and allowed integration to happen, right? So they started integrating, and now you can see the little chicks are out walking about, and I've been counting them every day to make sure I didn't lose any to either the pigs or to the older chickens, because sometimes the older chickens will beat them up, maybe even kill them to try to eat them, or kill them because they think they're a nuisance. And so what I did there was I allowed them to slowly integrate. So some of them started slowly coming out over time, the rest of them did, and finally they all made it out. And then the pigs actually went in there and joined them here and there just because they started sneaking up under the fence. Now, I am going to eventually kick the pigs out, rewire that, and I'm going to put the meat birds in there because the meat birds need to get out, and they need to be out and have a lot more room because they're getting big real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and move this T-post out of the way and that T-post right over there out of the way. Look at the pig. T-post, scratching post. I might leave that in there for them. He seems to enjoy that. It didn't take them long to want to discover that. I went ahead and moved it over there so that way they'd have more new grass to go on and dig up and eat real quick, while I'll actually level out this side here because it is kind of wobbly all the way down. So I'm going to straighten it out using the T-post. That way it'll be ready to go. Again, all this stuff is just temporary, so just keep that in mind. I'm not doing this permanent right now, but it's still pretty nice for just being temporary, at least when it comes to doing pigs. But now that I'm done moving the T-post, I'm gonna go ahead and get the electric fence set up here. So originally I was gonna put an electric fence high around the 4x post that was at the old garden, back at the old house. And so that's why I have these. Now these here are little rings for holding electric wire. And this is the electric wire that I have. And that being said, what I can do is I can wrap some galvanized steel 16 gauge wire around these little sections here and then tie that to the T-post. And then I'll still have this for the electric wire to go through all the way around. And so I figured that will do just fine. And as for the electrical fence, I found this off of Amazon. Pretty cheap, pretty inexpensive. It's a lithium battery and it's solar powered. And so I'm just gonna ground it to one of the T-posts here by using 2 of the galvanized wire and ground it to the T-post and have it hanging right there and pointing to where it can get the most sun. And then the red part there, which will attach to the wire. And so it should work out pretty good. I'll test it afterwards. Wish me luck. I'll go around the farthest end and test it out, but should be pretty good. The idea, again, is not to hurt them. It's just to deter them. We don't want it to be so crazy that it's painful. And this is very light. The idea is to teach them when they're young, so that way they don't want to break through it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that started too. All right, so basically I'm just gonna do this here. And then once I stick it next to that T-post, I will wrap it around the T-post like this, and this side like this. Should be pretty simple. All right, got them done. Now I'm gonna go put them on the T-post. All right, so I got all the electric fence O-rings set up around the T-post here, just using that galvanized wire and the fact that it's made of plastic. That way I'm not touching the metal to the actual electrical wire itself. It's gonna go all the way around, except for right in the front. Now, I've never seen these pigs try to get out yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the actual electrical fence all the way around the back and on the sides. But in the front, I'm just gonna tie up some electrical wire. It's not going to be live right there in the front. That way it's more of a warning to them, but then I can get in and out without getting shocked. So that and the kids, you know, because it's all real tight up there in the front, because I put the gate real close to the front, so that way we can get in and out really quickly, especially if it's like pouring down rain. Mostly did this for the kids. But what I'm going to go ahead and do now is go ahead and put up the electrical wire. All right, well, one of the hogs was already chewing on the wire before I could even finish it, so I had to really quickly attach it. It's a good learning lesson. The 2 of them already figured it out, that it does shock you. And I also figured it out too. Oh, wow. It is a powerful shock. It doesn't hurt too bad, but it's a surprise. I tell you what, it's a surprise. I was sitting there holding it. I was like, wait a minute, I'm not feeling nothing. I'm not feeling nothing. And then all of a sudden, bam, it got me, because it has a little timer in between. It's not constantly shocking. It's just zap, zap. It's definitely powerful enough to not want to mess with. That is for sure. I did it through my glove. So I put the back of my glove on it, and it still popped me a good one. I felt it go all the way through my chest and out my other arm, because I was holding galvanized wire and it was touching the ground. So I grounded it. Either way, it is grounded really well. And what I did was I actually just put it right here. Now I'm gonna fix this up here in just a second and re-ground it. I'm gonna ground it to the post and this using this galvanized. But yeah, let's just say that is pretty effective. I'm gonna get it upright and tie it off to those two things, because I know at least it's grounded when it's just on that pig panel. All right, well, now that that is done, we're gonna run out and we're gonna go take a look at the national park here. I hear sometimes during this time of year you can see bears, and we're really excited. But either way, we're gonna see some beautiful mountains and some beautiful water. Babe.
Oh my God, wait, get a picture. That's mama. That's mama. Oh my word.
Get Harrison, get Harrison.
So there's one on the left, one in the fork at the bottom, and then one at the top.
Yeah, you better make a scoot down.
She's trying to get them down now.
So we've had a really good day getting a lot of chores done around the house and seeing some really cute baby bears, which was a real treat for us. So now we're gonna go ahead and give Miss Emery her first bath. So it's been about a week, her umbilical cord has fallen off, and so we're gonna go ahead and give her first bath. We like to wait until the umbilical cord falls off. That's just personal preference. So now is the time to get her all cleaned up in our sink. We always do our newborns in the sink, and then we'll transition them later. But yeah, we're really excited to see how she likes it. And I also just wanted to kind of give an update, since it's been about a week or a little over a week now since we had her. I've had a lot of people asking how I'm doing, which I really appreciate that you guys are concerned about Mama too. But yeah, my pain has been really under control. I have a pretty high pain tolerance, and you know, they say to relax and kind of take it easy, and Blake's been really good with helping me. But when you have two other little children, you just kind of have to be a little bit tougher, I think. So been taking care of them and been getting a lot of support from Blake, which has been great. But yeah, my pain's pretty under control, and I'm back at doing everything pretty much full swing here. So, all right, let's get this girl a bath. Are you ready for your bath?
Look at them chubby cheeks.
I know.
Mama's been feeding her real good.
Yeah, I've been pretty exhausted. She's up every 2 hours wanting to eat, including at night. So Mama's a little bit sleep deprived, but hanging in there and just trying to soak up all the newborn moments, because I've learned from my other two that it just goes by so fast. So, and with this being the third, just trying to enjoy it even more. All right, let's get to bath time. All right, we just finished up bath time, and Miss Emery is all wrapped up in her pink towel. We're gonna go get her dressed, but she did really well. She did not cry at all. She looked so relaxed and got a little massage, so kind of jealous. But yeah, she loved bath time. She did really well. Look how relaxed she looks. Now it's not bedtime. Blake and I want to say once again, thanks for watching, and thanks again for all your support, all your love, all the gifts, and all the sweet comments that you guys have left us. We couldn't do it without you. And that's Miss Blakely saying goodbye. Thanks for watching Good Living Alaska. Bye.
Today was a good day.
It was.
Tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has so clear a light.